Hi, I'm Melisa Uchida,
And I'm Dagmar Bohlmann.
and we're here from Yoga Masters Academy.
We're here today to talk to you about how yoga can help with stress reduction.
Wow, and don't we all need a bit of that today?
So let's take a big breath in and a big, long, slow breath out.
Feel that?
It feels better already.
Breath. It's absolutely amazing what really breathing, full, deep breathing can do for our nervous system.
Yeah, we all know we do have one, a nervous system, and typically it works just by itself. The autonomous nervous system, just by itself, the heart beats, the lungs breathe, all the bodily functions work without us having to think about it. Thank God.
Isn't that amazing? Our heart beats, your food digests, we can reproduce, all of that. Go to the bathroom. Everything happens the way it's supposed to, unless we're living under stress. And now what happens with the nervous system when we feel a threat, a person feels a threat, is the sympathetic nervous system, a part of our autonomic nervous system, takes over, and it starts to release hormones that help you to have lots of energy to be able to get yourself out of danger. So all of a sudden you get this adrenaline rush where you can run and get out of danger if you needed to get out of danger.
Or flip a car over if your child was underneath it, or run away from the saber-toothed tiger. So yeah, this system has been created in our favor, and it's good for survival, but it's not done, it's not made to continuously carry that load. And in our day and age, we live under stress so much.
And with stress, we don't know that we are not at we don't know that we are not in danger. So our body can't tell the difference between stress of being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, or if we get an email from a boss or from a coworker that's a negative email, or even the stress of Dagmar and I were just talking about emails. We both went, I open up my email and it's instantly I go,
Too many.
too many. You just can't get to it all. And so all what that does is that releases the adrenaline and the cortisol in our body. Our body, the digestion stops, our heart rate starts to go up, reproduction stops, learning stops. All of that stops when stress goes up. And because we are living under constant stress, so it's not like you're running away from the tiger and then you get to rest. Which is how the nervous system is designed to work. Instead, we're opening up the email and then you're getting in the car and you're going to traffic and then you're going to the store and then there's long lines and then you're going to all of the stresses that we normally have.
You name it. And then we turn on the TV and we see that what all happened during the day that we have no control over. Or we're thinking about the weather and how that is getting crazier as well. So there's that eco grief that is hanging over us all the time. How do we escape?
So what does yoga do? Yoga helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Yoga allows us to move back into parasympathetic or homeostasis. It takes us out of this fight or flight, and really so much of it, some of the postures do it, so much of it is learning how to breathe.
So again, let's take a big breath in and a longer, slower, deeper breath out. And now let's do it and create an H-A-Ha sound at the back of the throat. So big inhale through the nose, H-A-Ha sound through the mouth. Notice that little constriction right by your vocal cords. And you can continue doing this while we tell you how that works. It is what we call the Ujjayi breath in Sanskrit. It means the victorious breath. And maybe it means we are taking victory over that saber-toothed tiger, that we are taking victory over the stressors of life, that we have learned with that breath to unplug from all of it. So that H-A-Ha sound, you're wondering how it works. There is a nerve that connects, it's a cranial nerve. It connects the brain to the solar plexus, sent right there. Yes, right there, just below where the ribs get together and above the belly button. And from there, it innervates, or it brings nervous signals to all the digestive organs. So we can create some massage for the vagus nerve by creating that HA sound, for instance. Or what else works?
You can also humming. When there's a vibration. Which is a lot of the reason too, when you people singing makes you feel good, right? When you sing, it's like, oh yeah, you just feel great. That's polyvagal. That's the polyvagal nerve
Theory.
Polyvagal theory, right? And so when we are in our yoga practice and as yoga teachers, we really want to use polyvagal theory, or you don't have to say that, but what you want to do is activate the vagus nerve, and you would do that either with the exhalation in the Ujjayi breath. You can also exhale for longer than the inhalation, and that is going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, and you can always hum too.
So you'll see that by doing that, you'll drop your heart rate, you'll drop your blood pressure, and your cortisol level drops. So it's a little bit like what the American writer Anne Lamott says when she says, everything works better if you unplug it for a while. That includes you. So remember how poorly your phone works when you have all these apps open and you have to close the apps down? That's what you do when you do yoga. It's like that reset for your brain that helps you digest life better. And as you had said earlier, to think more clearly and to learn, we have to be in a place of rest and calmness to learn something new. We cannot learn it on the run.
And there'll be times that we go, oh, I'm too busy for my yoga practice, or I'm too busy to meditate, or I'm too busy to hum for 5 minutes. But really, if you take the time, and by taking the time and scheduling the time, we function better, we learn better, and you will be more productive. Do you want to talk at all about if people end up feeling anxious within a yoga class? What would be some tips for when people are actually experiencing anxiety in a yoga class, rather than I'm supposed to feel more relaxed, but why is my heart beating so fast, and why am I sweating so much and I feel nervous?
That's a really good question. If I have that happen in a private class, I would ask the student to lay belly down and have a blanket underneath the belly, rolled up to just about the distance between the ribs and the hip points. And then take a big breath, expanding the belly into the blanket and pulling it away. The psychiatrist and yoga teacher Bo Forbes had taught that technique. I think she lives in Oregon now. She has a book out on yoga and anxiety, so that might be helpful. Also training your breath to lengthen the breath the way that she teaches it. You inhale for a count of 4, you exhale for a count of 4, and then when you start to feel safe and calmer, you add 1 count on the exhalation, and see whether you can breathe a little bit longer on the exhale, then you add another count. And if you feel that the anxiety comes back up, you retreat. You go back to the earlier, like 4 and 5 instead of 4 and 6. Eventually, you want to inhale for 4 and exhale for the count of 8. So doubling the exhalation to help with that feeling of anxiety. But you might have a different suggestion.
I love belly down too. Belly down is so great. A crocodile pose or a belly down shavasana, I just love it. It instantly creates calm in me. And the yoga poses are also designed to activate the sympathetic and the parasympathetic so that we learn to flip-flop. I've heard it compared to a rubber band, to be able to go back and forth between the 2 different systems, and that rubber band gets super hard as we live more in chronic stress. And so we're not able to bounce back the way we're supposed to. So the back bends are going to activate the fight or flight. Back bends can make people fearful. They can make your heart beat faster. Usually we stop breathing a little bit, or we breathe a little more short and shallow. And the forward folds activate the rest and digest, so they're more calming. So in a yoga practice, as you're sequencing, you really want to be able to combine them, because what we're doing is training the nervous system to be able to go back and forth much better. So even if a student is having some fear or that anxiety or that kind of nervousness within a class, then we take them to a forward fold and have them slow down the exhalation so that they can actually learn how to do this, right? Because our yoga mat is a microcosm of what we want to take out back into life. So the more that they're able to do that and practice it within the safe space of their yoga practice, the more they can use it as they move back out into life, and you're dealing with real people who are going to have some anger or anxiety and all of that.
All kinds of issues that take us away from the homeostasis, from that place of love and kindness and joy and happiness, in which we really can explore the beauty of life, right? We want to live more in that place. So here is to teaching and practicing more yoga to teach us and practice how to navigate the storms of life more skillfully.
Thanks so much for being here today. Until the next time.
Now we got to go and walk the dog.